Do you live in a condo but struggle in creating a cohesive space? Well, if you do, stick with me because I have 4 tips in creating a beautiful creative condo. Tip number 1, I want you to use the 3-2-1 method. And I'm going to explain what this is, and this is something I personally use when I'm decorating. So everyone has a main style. And don't worry, I've got something at the end that I'm going to help you in finding out what that main style is. But a dominant style. And so that's what you want, probably your main pieces, your sort of 3 or more pieces in the room to kind of go with that dominant style. So let's say it's mid-century. But then you want to trickle in other styles, or maybe you live with someone that has maybe a bit more of a bohemian style. So you want to bring that in the 2. So it doesn't mean exactly 2 pieces, but you get what I mean. You bring that in as secondary objects. And then say you like vintage, add a touch of vintage here and there. So great rooms are mixed with different styles, but use the 3-2-1 from your main style, your secondary style, and then sprinkled with a little extra. Tip number 2 is creating a cohesive color palette. And this, I know, can stress people out. It's hard to choose what colors. So here's my rule of thumb to keep it easy. If it's all an open floor plan in a condo, I would say pick one color and paint the room that one color. I really like the white, warm whites or the grays, but keeping it one color will create it to be open and cohesive. And also when you're thinking of your furniture, keep your furniture neutral as well. So again, sticking to probably the grays or the beiges. Tip number 3, we're kind of going back to the color palette again, but I'm talking about your accent colors now. So now that you've got it painted a color, you've got your neutral, larger pieces in the room, you want to pick 2 to 3 colors for an accent color. So for an example, let's say you picked yellow and blue, which would work well together because they're opposite colors on the color wheel. What you want to do then is have those 2 colors everywhere. So you might have them in the living room in pillows, you might then bring it into the dining room in accessories, you would bring it into the kitchen in things, maybe art, maybe a kettle, maybe it's a tea towel, and then again in the bedroom you could add pillows or a throw. And these little touches will really create that cohesiveness to your space. Tip number 4 is you want to have 3 touch points per room. So again, this is a good rule of thumb to think about. So you've got your neutral colors, you've got your accent colors that you've picked. Again, for example, we're using yellow and blue. You want to have it in 3 places in each room. And this is really going to help you create that cohesive thing. So it doesn't have to be 3 big pieces. Again, like I talked about, it could be in the living room, pillows, a throw, and a book that has yellow or blue. Both. And you know, in your dining room, again, it could be a tray and something on the side table and something within the tray. On the bedroom, it could be the pillows, it could be the throw, and it could be something on your side table. But if you try and do a rule of thumb of 3 things in those accent colors, that is really going to create that cohesive space. So just to recap, to create a beautiful cohesive space in your condo, you're going to want to do a few things. First, use the 3-2-1 method. Then you're going to want to pick a color palette. Then you're going to want to pick your accent colors. And then you're going to want to sprinkle those accent colors about 3 times in each room. So I know one of the things that can be the most challenging in getting started with this is the 3-2-1 method and knowing what your style is. And this is where a lot of us feel stuck, myself included at times. So what I've created is a style guide with a style quiz, and you can link to it below. If you like this video, I'd love it if you could like it, share it with your family and friends, and make sure to subscribe. And hop on over to Karla Dreyer Design, as I do send a weekly newsletter with design and DIY and tips that I only share on my newsletter. So I'll see you over there.